We are back once again with the People's Democratic Republic of Rome. When we left off, we took Venice, and we achieved the ability to form Italy. We had a vote on both these things, whether to form Italy and whether to destroy Venice. And funnily enough, Venice will be spared. I didn't think the people would be as benevolent as they are, but Venice, you get to continue to live. The Venetians are now a part of the People's Republic and will be treated as such. And on the Italy vote, becoming Italy failed. Goodbye, Italy. We won't even think about you until we're at a point where we can form Rome. Before we do anything, there's going to be a revolt here in this location by 2,000 or so people who are rather unhappy. So we're going to crush that revolt before we do anything else. Just going to immediately send up the People's Legion to deal with them. We could demolish the castle here, but I kind of want this castle because it's in a rather strategic location. I suppose we don't necessarily need it. We're going to keep it anyway. It's not going to, like, this conflict's going to be a big deal. On the other side, what's our goals for today? Well, I want to avenge our failed crusade against the Mamluks. And what I'm going to do is I want to declare war on Tunis and probably Morocco as well and take this area so that we can use this as a landing zone to invade Mamluks from. Because last time the problem was we landed and our army was landing piecemeal and they ended up stack wiping us. On that note, I'm surprised Cyprus is still alive. Completely irrelevant, but you know. The Ottomans are currently getting destroyed by the Mamluks. Hopefully the Mamluks don't become too strong. We are going to call a crusade against the Mamluks once we've taken this land from Tunis and Morocco. So last time France led the crusade, this time we're going to show them how to do it properly. There goes the revolt. We'll immediately just walk up. These guys shouldn't really have, no, they only had like 40 soldiers. Nowhere close to being able to oppose us. And there we go, rebellion defeated. Not a big deal. We're going to move the People's Legion to the south of the country and start ferrying them across. I've really been neglecting my navy since it got destroyed by the Mamluks, so we've only got 5 transport ships. So we're going to transport them across a little faster than ordinarily. Oh god, Martin Luther has appeared. Where is he? Whoa, is he here in Rome? Yeah, Martin Luther's here in Rome. A bunch of people who are converting to Protestantism. How could this happen? How could Rome be the birthplace of Protestantism? Oh god. I guess we'll continue for now. I did want to do that crusade, so maybe we'll do the crusade and then we'll think about what to do. We can embrace the Reformation right now, but I think we'll hold off. We'll hold off. We're not ready to convert to anything yet. We need to think. The people will need to decide. We can't make such a big decision without the input of the people, after all. We've built up spy networks in Tunis, so we're going to start manufacturing a religious war, casus belli. We're actually going to use casus bellis when we don't normally. We'll also do the same in Morocco. Depending on how this war goes, we might try and take Tunis itself. We'll see how it goes though. Our casus belli against Morocco is coming online, but before we deal with that, we have the rights of the burghers being researched. So I was looking at these and I'm thinking we're going to curtail the burghers. You might say, why? Burghers are cool. I mean, they are, but they're already at 110% satisfaction. So doing these other things to empower them won't really benefit us much. They're already paying as much tax as they could based on their happiness and based on the maximum tax, obviously. So curtailing them, I think, would be the better way because it would give us an extra 10% tax while reducing their happiness by 5, which isn't going to lead to a big decrease in their overall max satisfaction, probably just down to like 97, 96. And of course, we'll get an extra 10% in money from them, which is nice. So we are going to curtail them. It'll also push us towards centralization, which is nice. Sorry, burghers, you had your time. And I mean, you'll still have your time. It's not going to make that big of a difference to them being curtailed. And now we're going to declare war on Morocco. This war is going to be a little awkward because Morocco and Tunis are so interlinked. So what we'll probably do is we'll declare war on Morocco, cross over, occupy these territories, then we'll declare war on Tunis as well. Begin occupation. Keeping in mind, since we're going to be doing things that way, we won't be able to raise our levies until we declare war on Tunis. But I'm pretty confident that the People's Champions can just deal with these few Moroccans in the area. I doubt Tunis will give Morocco access because they seem to hate each other. So we should just be able to freely occupy these territories without issue. There we go, we've occupied the territory, so we're going to declare war on Tunis right now. Tunis is actually at war with Aragon now at the moment, and that's whittled down their army quite a bit in the fighting, so they shouldn't pose much of a threat to us. Now we'll raise our armies. and our levies. We've nearly got 100,000 levies, so the people are strong. A rather simple war, mainly held back the fact that we had to siege all these forts. We're going to take this coastal province from Morocco. We're also going to ask them to free any of the slaves they captured from sieging down various locations. Now we just need to knock out Tunis. Unfortunately, I was foolish and I made the war goal for the Tunis war to take their capital, which I definitely shouldn't have done, because it means it's going to be harder for us to get that ticking war score that we all know and love. But oh well, we'll just have to deal with it. Just wipe out these little Tunisian groups and push towards their capital with the People's Legion. Have our levies focus on sieging. Really be better to have the People's Legion siege, but since we need to take that capital, that's going to be the priority for them. The Tunisian navy's still a little too strong, so I'm a little cautious about fighting them. They don't really have an army left though. They've lost nearly their entire army. They've still got around 25 heavy ships. Wow. I suppose we'll have to keep an eye out for them. But since their army's gone, we don't really need to worry about protecting our mainland, and we can just start ferrying everybody over. We're probably going to take a much bigger bite out of Tunis than with Morocco. I'm thinking something around the ballpark of this. We'll have to see whether we can decrease the cost of war from occupying these territories more. Maybe we'll actually take Tunis itself. No, not Constantinople. Carthage must be brought back under Roman rule after all. We've gained the native policy law. Since we're not colonizing, most of these don't really matter to us, but we're going to grab integration just because it gives us a boost towards humanism and leads to a little bit of an increase from our buildings converting people. The other two options don't really appeal to me. We've arrived at the gates of Carthage once again, reenacting affairs from a rather long time ago. Carthage has fallen under Roman rule, as it should always have been. Alrighty, I think we should peace out probably. Could we take Carthage? We'll have to give up something else that we've taken elsewhere. I think we can give up this province. We don't necessarily need it, do we? Seems taking Carthage itself is rather expensive, but we really do want these provinces. I guess we could maybe disconnect Carthage. We could take something like this to just give us Tunis and these locations, but I feel like we don't need Carthage right now, right? Better to take more land and then just grab Carthage later. The people there can wait for our glorious liberation, surely. So I think we'll go with this. Grab a little money. All right, Rome has returned to Africa, as it always should have been. We never should have left. So I think we're going to straight away just declare a crusade. It might be a little premature, but I'm a little worried because of Catholicism kind of falling apart. Is it falling apart? Let's take a look at the religious map mode. We've got Protestants everywhere propping up. Has anyone actually converted to Protestantism? I don't think so. I'm not seeing any Protestant countries around. There could be someone really small who's converted. Oh, yeah, I think we do have someone who's converted. These guys, Salzburgerland. They are the first and maybe only Protestant nation currently in the world. Congratulations to them. But for now, we're going to call a crusade. This may be the last big Catholic maneuver, but we're going to do it. Let's hope they actually vote for it. Surely they wouldn't, surely the various cardinals wouldn't leave Jerusalem in the hands of the others. Oh, it's neck and neck. No is winning. Come on, Bohemia and Britain. We just need... No, I think we're going to fail. How could this happen? It's going to be a tie if these guys vote for us. Looks like they're going to vote no, though. No, we failed in the crusade. They've turned their back on Jerusalem. How could this happen? We've been utterly betrayed by the other Catholics. Well, there goes that plan. The Pope, Britain, Poland, you all voted, and Castile, you all voted against a crusade. I'll remember this. What are we going to do instead then? I guess we could still go to war with the Mamluks. How strong are they? They're currently in a war with these guys. They're not a big deal though. They shouldn't really be struggling. Doesn't look like they're struggling though. There's around, most of their army's levies obviously. They've got around 4,000 or so. A little less than 4,000 of their main army. I guess we could go to war with the northern Italians again. Or maybe we should just fight the Mamluks. We have a potential rebellion against from the Tunisians in our realm unfolding. We may be able to pacify them by just coring some land. We're going to start building up some more ships. I really think we need to expand our main navy. We need a load more carracks so we can actually compete on the high seas with everybody else. Let's take a look at the map. Well, actually, let's look at who's got the largest navy in the world right now? It's Ming, with 120 light ships, heavy ships. So I think we'll try to bring ourselves up to 50 heavy ships. That should be more than enough to compete with everyone in Europe. There, that's 45 heavy ships in production. Combined with our existing 5 will bring us up to 50. Surely then no one will be able to make fun of us. On the military side of things, I really want to expand the People's Legion, and maybe even create a second one. We're building some armories so that we can start doing that. So it's a bit of a waiting game on that front. I can't believe I didn't notice this speed of integration here in the tech tree. I would have grabbed that a lot earlier if I'd noticed it. Oh well. We can't always see everything that exists, and it's not exactly easy to know what is here in our tree. Alright, we've waited 5 years. Now we're going to call another crusade. This time, surely they'll support it. Surely this time. Surely? I think it's really just because the Mamluks are so strong that they don't want to consider it. Surely Great Britain will vote for it? No, they're so close to voting no. Is it because they don't like us? They like us. Everyone likes us. Everyone who should like us likes us. I guess that's it. We'll have to do this on our own. Luckily, I've been preparing. We've commissioned a second People's Legion. The only question is what to call it. It's not quite done. We need a few cannons to bulk it out. But I was thinking we start following the naming conventions of the real Roman legions. So our first one will be called Italia. And what's the second Roman legion called? I suppose since we've conquered North Africa, we should have the People's Legion Africa. Nothing crazy. Maybe we'll actually call it like... Wait, I think we've reached the max. We can't type in any more words. Damn. I was thinking of having it be like number 1. Luckily we can fit Italia in. So the People's Legion Italia, People's Legion Africa. Hopefully the names don't get too long or we won't be able to fit them in. Alright, the People's Legion in Africa. Head to Sicily and then we'll think about moving you across. It may turn out that we've made too many men and we won't be able to sustain them due to the population cost of resupplying our legions. But if that's how it goes, that's how it goes. Rome will never turn its back on the standing army. So before we go to war with our friends in the Middle East, we're going to knock out, or try to knock out Tunis, just because we kind of want to remove them from the world. Is our casus belli on Tunis? This should be a very, very quick and easy war. The peoples that we're not even going to raise our levies, we're just going to let the people deal with them, or more accurately, the people's armies. People can enjoy nothing but peace while these guys are destroyed. In fact, we're going to use our actual navy and see if we can't defeat them. It shouldn't be too difficult. They've only got around 58 ships. 20 of those are galleys, 20 are heavy ships. Surely our 50 heavy ships should easily be able to match theirs. Did you know that when you hold control and click on a territory, it selects the whole province during the peace screen? I discovered that pretty recently, which is nice. Tunis is so expensive to take, but we are going to take it, I think. It's a pretty profitable province, or location even, as long as we can spread our maritime presence, which shouldn't be too hard. If we can just connect it to the maritime network. We shouldn't even need to do anything special, just 20 ships here should be enough to connect it to our Rome network. Let the delicious profit roll in, so we'll do that. Tunis, you are no longer Tunis, because Tunis is now us. Now, the real test. We have our casus belli on the Mamluks. Is it time for the people to right the wrongs of the world? Apparently not, because there's a patrician revolt happening back home. Roman nobles, again they defy us. Will their evils ever stop? Guess we'll raise the levies. Should we bother bringing the people's army home to deal with them? I don't think we need to, really. The levies should be able to clean it up on their own. None of them are in Africa. Nope. The nobles once again trying to defy the People's Republic. It's what they do. We can't hate them for it. It's what they were born to do. We have an event to execute Martin Luther. We're not going to, though. I'm sure there were some people who'd be like, yes, kill him, but no, we're going to keep him around. I think Martin Luther, he actually has a part to play for the people. The age of Reformation has started. Not surprising, considering the Reformation is currently ongoing. We'll probably just go for administration like we normally do with each of these, but Diplomatic actually has some pretty good ones in this age. The one that really appeals to me is audit checks, which just gives you a flat 10% to your incoming increase through tax efficiency. The military focus, one of the main things it gives that I quite like is engineering corps, which increases the siege ability by 20%, really helping siege down those forts that you have to deal with, especially in later ages. But admin, as usual, is just so good compared to everything else. And in fact, I think we might go for defensive, because the ideas that admin actually gives us in this era aren't that great, really. At least not in my opinion. Not in my opinion. So we're going to break the mold and we're going to go military. Ah, the rebels have surrendered. Good. If that's one of the few... If there's any change from EU4 that I prefer in EU5, it's that rebels will now auto-surrender once they've taken enough damage. Now, is it time? I think it is. Their ally isn't going to join in. They're currently at war with what's left of the Ilkhanate. The AI says we're close, but I'm not sure I agree. I think we're actually quite a bit stronger just because we have 20,000 actual soldiers, whereas they have less than 10,000. Surely the People's Legions can carry the day. We will liberate something, probably. Maybe not Rome itself, but we'll make progress. Probably Alexandria will be our goal. The war begins. Since we're in the age of the Reformation now, navy levies are just completely gone. No one should be able to raise them unless they have something that can increase naval levies, and if they can increase them, it will be a very low amount. Here we are again. The people are once again sieging down this province, but this time things are going to go differently. We do have to be a little cautious. The Tunisians are very rebellious. There's a good chance they're going to rebel during the war unless we core a province or something to pacify them. I'm going to leave 6,000 men in Sardinia because there's quite a few Tunisians over there, and we're going to leave around 10,000 men in our conquered Tunisian territories to ensure that they don't revolt. Well, if they do revolt, we'll be there to crush them, right? That's the idea. Everyone else will be assigned to join the People's March. The people have arrived outside the gates of Alexandria. We haven't seen hide nor hair of the Mamluk so far. Based on the purely on numbers, if they actually brought their full strength against us, I don't see how we could win. But will they? Are they still at war? Yes, they are still at war with the Ilkhanate remnants. Hopefully that will be enough to keep them distracted long enough for us to take a lot of land and that we can then use to hide behind and fight them on our terms. Alexandria's fallen. Now we can spill into Egypt proper. Aha, there's a Mamlukian army. This looks to be regulars as well, mainly regulars with some levies. Good opportunity for us to sweep them aside. When it comes to stats, we have slightly more morale, they have slightly more discipline, and we have slightly more military tactics. So really it's just coming down to numbers and actual troop quality. The Mamluks are of course very cavalry focused, which gives them a bit of an edge. But in this situation we have the numbers and their slight edge isn't enough. Be gone. Mamluks coming at us again, but the people, there's just too many of us. We sweep them aside. We're going to push on to the Mamlukian capital of Cairo. Aha, seems like the Mamluks are going on the offensive. I was wondering if they would. This was going a little too easily. Surely we can sweep them aside though. They're trying to liberate our siege of Cairo, but nope. We've held them off. Hopefully we can take the city. There we go. Wow, look at all those cool things that have been moved to Rome. The Chronicles of Egypt, various jewels, and other chronicles, the sandcastle of a friend, the grotesque castle. They're all in Rome now. Oh, we've got a close battle here in Cairo. Is it close? I mean, it kind of is. We're bringing more troops in though. Both we and them are taking heavy casualties. Will our reinforcements be enough to win us the day? It kind of looks like it, kind of. I mean, we're driving them back. We're taking a lot of casualties, but they are as well. As long as no other reinforcements arrive to support the enemy, we should take this battle. There we go, there goes one of their flanks, there goes the other, and there goes the center. Pretty big battle overall, got us 2 war scourges for it. We ended up taking more casualties than them though, which isn't great, but I'm sure we'll survive. The question now becomes, how do we end this war? I guess we just need to keep racking up war score by sieging, but they do still outnumber us quite a lot, which makes me scared to actually engage them. Or push too deep into their land. They would agree to peace now. What could we take? Really, we'd want to take something like this. I think this is the maximum we'd want to take. It would give us Alexandria, bring us right up to Egypt. I'm not sure we're going to be able to take enough to get them to accept that though. I suppose we'll see. The moment things turn hairy though, I think we'll probably peace out. We don't want to risk losing the People's Legion a second time. Oh, Anglicanism spawned. It's quite rare to see Anglicanism because the criteria for it is quite hard to achieve for the player, let alone the AI, because you just need to have a ruler who's married with no children. And since people usually produce children at a rather high rate, it's hard to get it. It's nice to see Anglicanism in the world though. I think we're going to peace out now. It's doing that thing where we're trapped on the fort here and we can't... Oh, no we can. We're trapped on the fort and we can't leave. We can't go back to Egypt, and they're just sieging everything down. So I think we're going to make peace. Not how I wanted to end the war, but it is what it is. Can we even get anything? Wow, they're not willing to give us anything from this war. Why? It's because they're sieging things down. I guess we'll have to win this siege, break out, and then come and take out down their armies that are sieging. It's the only real option for us. I guess we could just peace out and, you know, not risk everything. But risking everything is how we roll. There was a little touch and go there, but we've managed to evacuate our army from the encirclement over in Cairo, or just Egypt in general. I'm not sure we're going to be able to make any real progress towards winning this war, but it's not like we can just sit back. We're going to push on, see if we can't defeat the Mamluks here. Hypothetically, if we deal enough damage to the Mamluks, their vassals might become rebellious, and then we could piece them out separately. Whether we're going to be able to do that, though, is a little, you know, I'm a little unsure about. By unsure, I mean I don't think it's going to happen. We'll do what we can do, though. At the very least, we need to fight them to the point where they'll consider a white peace. We've managed to defeat quite a lot of them here. Not enough to really put a dent in their numbers, though. I mean, they've lost a lot more than we have, though. As long as there are more people than there are everyone else, we'll eventually win. That's that rebellion I was talking about by the Tunisians. Fortunately, we're not really in a situation where we can turn around and deal with them. I suppose we could just leave the Mamluks to siege this land and go turn around and fight the Tunisian rebels. Surely it won't be too hard for us to defeat them. You know, we should have demolished a load of these forts that were in Tunis. Because we didn't, it's going to be a little awkward sieging them down. Alright, that's Tunis defeated. Let's turn back around. You know, I actually think we're reaching a point where we can actually beat the Mamluks and take some land. Nothing crazy, of course, nothing crazy. We're not going to go crazy, but I think they've lost enough men, much like we have, where we could actually start throwing some punches and take a little bit of land. Let's push them out of our territory. Easy done. We'll move on to the cursed location. Oh no, there's a lot of them. See, this is why we should have just pieced out. They're going to push us back, it looks like. They're going to push us back, we're going to retreat, and we're going to immediately make peace. They're not willing to accept peace, but they should in a little while. We're both very exhausted. We're even going to have the white peace trigger on its own. We've had to do it. It was a rather up and down war. I really thought we were going to win in the beginning, but there's just too many of them. There's too many Mamluks. They drown us in their numbers. And that's not even thinking about their vassal armies. We're going to need more people if we're going to defeat them. So for now, we'll make peace. It's a bitter pill to swallow. We didn't manage to take anything. I know you'll all tell me, well, we should have peaced out when the going was good, but I'm not good at that sort of stuff. I always take it too far. Anyway, now to discuss religion. For our next vote, we'll vote on what religion should we convert to. Martin Luther is in our country. He's in our cabinet right now. I actually made him the head of the cabinet. So it might make sense for us to convert to Lutheranism. In fact, Rome, the city, is majority Lutherite or Protestant now. We have other options though. We could convert to Hussite. We could convert to Lollard. We could convert to anything you like, really. I think we'll have a poll. In our poll we'll have stay Catholic, we'll have convert to Lollard, we'll also have, wasn't there a third one? We'll also have convert to Calvinism, although I'm not really sure it's appropriate for our People's Republic. It does have the everything is preordained stat, which essentially means your dice roll in every combat is the same and can never change, which can be either very good or very bad, depending on what the dice roll originally is. I think we'll also have Orthodox, so I don't think converting to Orthodox really makes much sense for the People's Republic. Well, I'll see once I get to the actually making the poll, we'll have a look. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Hopefully next time we can make better progress.